Okay, before we even get into this video, new mic, K658. Let me know how it sounds. I spent a good deal of time tuning it, tweaking it, making sure that I sound nice and crisp and, hell, even loud enough for people like Blacktooth that always like to complain that I'm way too quiet on the mic. As always, I'm Black Bomb. Be sure to check out my channel. Be sure to check out my Twitter over at the Black Bureau. Check out my prior videos that include the top 10 gaming YouTube channels you should be following, as well as let's all help Silver Sky 545 out. My man's, on some hard times. He's got some family issues going on. He's got a GoFundMe. If you're out there, you're generous, you want to help him out, you want to support him, click the link in the video, check out the GoFundMe. He's a very good dude, a solid, hardworking dude, and I'm sure he'd be greatly appreciative if you were willing to help him out. As always, we had the Weapon Wheel Podcast Sundays at 5:45 p.m. Eastern, 9 Shokyo time. You can check out myself, Broken Games HD, Jack Move Johnny, Kid Smooth, 466 patrons. A lot of people like the Discord, they like the After Dark, they like the Movie Guys specials, that's coming out. A lot of tiers, a lot of ways to support. As always, the like button and the favorite, they're also free, just like retweeting, all that good stuff. So today we're going to talk about games, because every week I have to hear from BG and other people about how I'm not playing any games this year, and how I have to explain to you that I just don't think this year so far has been good. Now, that's not to say that good games aren't coming, because my top 10 games this year, they are coming. And the first two games on the list, they're coming, special editions, but I've already played them. But number one on the list, number 10 spot, is A Legend of Heroes, Trails from Zero. If you haven't played this game, if you haven't played this series, then what are you doing? Are you an RPG fan? Are you a JRPG fan? Are you an RPG guy? Well, if you haven't played this game or the Trails franchise, what are you doing? Play this game right now. At the number 9, one of the top 10 Japanese RPGs of all time, The Legend of Heroes Trail from Azure. If you haven't played this game, don't know what you're doing, don't know how you can call yourself a Japanese RPG fan, potentially don't know how you can call yourself an RPG fan, this is a bona fide top 10 JRPG of all time. You need to play. I've beaten both of them already. Phenomenal games. Phenomenal. You will not be disappointed. Next up, a game I want to play. Fighting games take a lot of time right now, so don't know if I'm going to get into it, and I really hope it draws me into it. Maybe Street Fighter V wasn't that great. Maybe I was burnt out from Street Fighter 4. But I'm hoping Street Fighter 6 is phenomenal and good, because I would love nothing more than to go in my closet and get my arcade sticks out again and start mashing people online. Start giving out people 10-0 sets like Shokyo, like BG. Who else did I beat up on? Gamer 2323. We got to get some good multiplayer games in. So I'm hoping that this revitalizes Street Fighter, because I didn't think Street Fighter V was it. Next up in the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 10, 9, 8, and the 7th slot, Diablo 4. Now I know I've talked about, damn, who was blowing up my phone? Was it Blandrew? It's Blandrew on Twitter, whatever, in the DMs. Anyway, in the 10, 9, 8, 7 spot, I know I've had issues with Diablo, and the beta is crap because you can't get into it. We're worried about the scheming and the loot boxes and the DLC and the microtransaction. And we're already looking at a $100 Ultimate Edition, a $90 Deluxe Edition, and a $70 Standard Edition from a developer that's been one of the best developers of all time. Not so much anymore. Currently only in the news for office misconduct and a buyout from Microsoft. But Diablo is one of those games that you always want to play. Great game to play. Great game to play solo. Great game to play with your friends. I'm definitely looking forward to it, as long as there's no fuckery afoot. Next up, in the 6th spot, Final Fantasy XVI with Yoshi P coming to revitalize the franchise and the game. Personally, I think this looks like a Devil May Cry game. It looks like an action-adventure game. It doesn't look like a Final Fantasy game, which is why I feel like they're getting upset that people are labeling the whole genre as Japanese RPGs because they want to get away from that. That's my opinion. I can't read people's minds, maybe on Discord, not in the real world. Anyway, I'm interested in this game. This is probably not going to be up there with the games I'm looking for as the highest quality, but I don't think Final Fantasy has been top tier since 12. 13, 13.2, 13.3, 15, I think are all mid to below average games. The production values in Final Fantasy games are always top notch, so we're going to dive in and see what it's going to be. Now we get into the 1, 2, 3, 4, the top 5. These are day one must-play games by all means. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Hopefully the game runs better than smoother than the last one because the last one did have hiccups, but I'm a big fan of Star Wars and a big fan of Star Wars when Star Wars is done right. I mean, there's a lot of the Inquisitors that we still didn't meet in the first game. Some we did meet that we didn't finish off for the first game, so I'm interested to see where it's going to go, how the lore is going to tie in, and above all else, the gameplay in this game is solid. So as long as it performs well and runs well and doesn't have any craziness that EA's been known for in the past, I'm excited. Next up, The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Reverie. I've played the prior two. I have not played this one yet. Man, we get 3 legendary games in 1 year? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. But yeah, 2023 might be the most legendary year in the history of gaming. 3 legendary Trails games. Can't beat that. Next up, one of the best developers this entire generation, as I've been saying. One of the most, I don't know, illustrious? I mean, the Insomniac is, what the hell was that? Cars squeaking around late at night. Anyway, Insomniac, one of the top tier developers in gaming. They've been putting out banger after banger after banger. And I am very excited for Spider-Man 2 because outside of Arkham Asylum, I think the Spider-Man games are the best superhero games ever created. Period. Bar none. And then y'all already know in the top 2, Cities Godlines 2. Day 1, day -1, day 0, day -10. I will be on this game like crack. I mean, how many hours do I have in this game on Steam already? Let's find out. 409 hours being a social reject in Cities Godlines. So yeah, we're definitely going to have Godlines 2. And it says coming soon. So hopefully that's next week, next month, and not next year. But we are on the God. I mean, look at these graphics. I mean, I don't know if this is concept art, but this is looking like some GTA 4, GTA 5 stuff. That would be incredible. And lastly, the 4th legendary game of 2023. I mean, PG might be right. At the end of the day, 2023 might be one of the better years in gaming. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Low Frame Rates, because we're definitely going to be playing this on the computer, on the PC. Support the game 100%. Do not download this on Views without giving the developer their money. I'm advocating that right now. I always support the developers, even if I play the game on Views or on Dolphin or whatever. So buy the damn game. But between Zero, Azure, Into Reverie, and Tears of the Low Frame Rate, this year, 2023, might as well be called the legendary year of gaming. And these are my top 10 games of the year. I mean, obviously we have Fire Emblem Engage and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 that I'm delving into right now. But for the people that are always criticizing me, saying, what are you doing? What are you playing? I need to see you doing something. These are the top 10 games that are getting all the smoke in the legendary year that is 2023. Outside of that, let me know how my mic quality is. It's a brand new mic. I'm interested in any kind of feedback that you can give me. How do I sound? How is feedback? Is there any noise in the background? Is it picking up my voice properly? Let me know any kind of criticisms, concerns, any feedback. Is it good? I like to hear it all. I'm Blackbond. I'll catch you guys next time. Enjoy your night.